Wow, wow. Hello, hello, hello. Good. Friday. Yes, it's Friday. I almost forgot it's Friday. Yes, it's another Friday. Very, very excited to be here with you, African women in Europe. Yay! We're here to get started. And I hope you are. Some of you probably are coming out from work or just preparing dinner. Share. This is a big discussion for us today, and I want you not to miss out because it's a very important topic for today. Yes, we're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about how diasporans, how are we going to be investing, and yes, and starting a SACCO. Yeah, SACCO. Some of you don't know what is SACCO. This is the right place to be here. Savings and Credit Cooperative Society. So we should be talking about this topic today because AWE is launching a long story that I'm going to be sharing with you how far we have come from and where we are now. It has been a beautiful journey. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me share with you the story because I don't want you to repeat the same as we did. And I would have wished somebody shared that a lot of before, but I'm coming here publicly, sharing with you a lot of information and also telling you why we did this way and why we are here. Thank you. If you're listening to me, let me know where you're listening us from. Pull up if you're a Kenyan, this is the place to be. Share with your Kenyans in the diaspora, Europe especially. Yes, Europe, we are looking for all Kenyans living in Europe. That's our target tonight, and sharing with you a lot of information how you can really create wealth with already structures that are existing. But did you know they were existing? Today, as you can see, my guest is already there. Hi, Charity. Thank you for joining. I can see you're there. Thank you for supporting us. Everybody who's listening, share. With all the groups. If you know that if you're in the Kenyan, any group in Norway, in Denmark, in wherever, UK, all the way to Greece, all the way to Spain. All of you, this is a place to be right now because this information we are going to share with you today, it is just for you. Yes, you have been working so hard with your money. Did you know you can invest your money in a better way and also create generation wealth for yourself as well as support others? How cool is that? Yes. So that's why we're here today because we want to talk to you about SACCOs. And basically, they are from Kenya. And I'm here with Carol, who is an expert in this area. She has been our really like a goddess in this sector. And we thought, you know what? She shared with that a lot of information. Let's me her come here and as well empower you as well. Anybody who is out there to understand how the organization works, and she has really trained us. She's a professional lady doing amazing work, very humble. I was just telling her shortly before we came live, best teacher ever. Breaks it down really simple for people like us because all that was very old. We learned it in school but never used it in practicals, and some of us are in the areas, so it depends what area you are. But this was a beautiful journey. Thank you everyone who is joining us to have. I can see great there. Judy, welcome. Beatrice, yes, Beatrice is another one. She is another from. She wants to know what circles. Yes, these are very important. Beatrice is a very important person here because she is from a different country in Africa as well. Senegal, if I was right. Pin for me if I'm correct, so that I have the right country. And they really want to implement circles as well in their country. Why not? Why not? If it's working in Kenya, why should it not work in another country in Africa? And I've seen some other countries are having this as well. Before I really go in deeper, because this is an area that I'm so excited about for a long time, really looking forward to the starting of this journey. Let me let Carol introduce herself as I also share around and get more people. Tell us, who is Carol and what do you do as well? Introduce yourself to my listeners. And you're muted. I'm going to unmute you. Okay, now I think yes, now you're okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Wow. I think that was the best introduction from Joy. I'm already excited to be here. I'm already excited, especially on what you're doing at AWE, that is African Women in Europe. And I'm also privileged that I'm here with you guys today. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Caroline Cherotich. From Kenya. I'm the founder and lead consultant with a company by the name Blue League Consulting. And as per the name Blue League, our main purpose is to lift institutions, to lift organizations, and to also lift individuals like you and me to a league. That is a blue league, a league where competition is irrelevant, where you're your own competitor. That is our main purpose at Blue League Consulting. And I've been in the financial sector for, I think, the better part of my life. I worked in a microfinance institution way back in 2004, and then later on joined commercial bank. And after I realized that I still needed more exposure with financial institution, I opted now to work with the SACCOs or the cooperatives. And for close to 5 years now, I've been consulting for cooperatives or the SACCOs. That is our niche at the moment. And I'm so excited to be here. Our SACCO is being launched very soon. And we thought, or Joy thought, that it would be good that even before it is launched, we meet together today so that at least we demystify some information so that people get to know what is this, what is it all about the SACCOs? What is the difference between being in a SACCO, in a commercial bank, in a microfinance? And Joy, I'm very happy because I think I consider myself very lucky because I've been privileged to work with the main financial institutions, because when we talk about the main financial institutions, we are talking about commercial banks, we are talking about microfinance institutions, and we are talking about the SACCOs. So at least I understand the difference between all those financial institutions. And I'm very excited that today I'm meeting your the members and both the current and potential members who are likely to join AWE, so that at least we discuss together and see what is a good thing of being in a SACCO. And as I've said, at the moment, I'm a cooperatives or SACCO specialist, having been certified to help SACCOs who are starting and those ones who are already on their maturity stage. And I'm happy that I'm part of the people who are helping Hawe to get its wings. And I'm sure when you get those wings, you'll be able to fly across Africa. And I'll be very happy that I was part of that journey. And that is the reason why I'm excited to be here today. And Joy, maybe you didn't know, apart from doing this SACCO business, I'm also a certified financial literate trainer. So I'm able to help.
I believe you.
Yes,
I believe you.
yes. So, and I think that is one of the main reasons why people need to join a SACCO, because that is where we instill the savings culture in you. So thank you so much. That is just a brief about Caro, and I know we'll be discussing more.
Yes, wow. If you didn't get thrilled about what she's doing and you wish you were her, well, you wish you were me as well, because I've been being trained by this lady, understanding the way the SACCOs work in the continent. Don't forget, I'm in Germany, she's in Kenya, okay? And some of us diaspora who have been here in Europe for so long, some terminology, despite knowing what it was and the way the regulations are done in the continent, it's very important. And that's why I want to thank everybody who is there listening, share, because this is the place to be if you want to talk about generation wealth, if you want to hear about how you can empower others, even being in the area of, because you know how we are diaspora. We have been sending a lot of money back at home, right? Remittance, they just discovered the other day, where we have been doing this for 8 years. But if you and I can agree, if we have this big pot that we always put and it has so many holes, I don't know where that money disappears. You wonder if this money is the one that they report now, and we be sending more than that, I'm very sure. How come the continent is the way it is? How can we do this collectively and seeing impact or in the continent as well. So this is what that was something that AWE always wanted to do. Those ones who know us and African women in Europe, we have been there over 15 years, empowering ourselves, coming here and knowing how it is. We work so hard day and night, and really supporting our family back at home. But how can we do it in a way that it also helps us to also generate wealth for our family? We also have our own families here. We also have our families back at home. See things that projects we want to do as well. So how can we do that in a safer way? And you and I will agree, we have lost some of our money with wrong businesses, our lands that never were there, build houses that were never existing. The list is unbelievable. So the African women in Europe said, you know what, we need to get a project that is going to help us to really manage our money in a way that it's going to help us all in doing it together. And we took our role and went to as AWE is African Women in Europe. But of course, I had to start from where I know, Kenya, right? And this is a story I'm talking about when we launched our books, when we had our 10th anniversary in 2018. So these are a few years, and we already started the journey, and the SACCO journey has been a long journey. It's almost 3 years to be where we are right now. And I can tell you, it has been a long journey, beautiful, learning, ups and downs, regulations. You saw me the other day, last year, I was in February when we got the certificate, sitting on the bench, waiting for this paper. And I said, oh my God, I need this paper. I only have 2 weeks. I need the certificate, the regulations. I mean, it's amazing, the journey, but we have a good product here for you guys, a beautiful product for you to help you. And we decided, because there are only some of us like me, I'm in Germany, we said, what? We need to grow beyond Germany. Why not take Europe? Because our members are in Europe. And that's what it is. So we're going to tell you what you need to do to be part of this as well. But before we go there, let's break it down, Carol, for them. Let's break it down for them to understand what is a SACCO in the first place, so that they can also come on to recognize, also everybody who is listening to us, share. I can see Charity is there. Let me also recommend you ask your question, keep putting your questions there. We'll be coming to them as we go on. Ubuntu Together for Progress, of course. Thank you so much. Claudia, hello from Cologne. Welcome, right place to be. Bring all the Kenyans here. Jane, Kimaru, welcome. All the diaspora, we need every Europe. And I told you, from Greece to Poland to all the way, bring all your Kenyans here, because this is their place. Thank you, tuned in, and thank you for that as well. Beatrice, there she is. She's also want to learn more about what's happening in Kenya. Yes, everyone is welcome. This is an open box. I am the kind of person who share as much as possible. Whoever wants to take it, but it's there. We are not going to close this nice information for anyone. It's publicly now on live on YouTube and Facebook on our page, and also on my profile. So you can also check that on YouTube. So Carol, let's break it down for them, because I with the training that we've been having almost 3 months, every week, guys, every week we have a training, yeah? And it's 3 hours. It's recorded that you listen to it again, so that you just don't get it one time, right? And my committee, I don't do this alone. So I hope my committee, some of them are brave enough to join me here on the stage. I've not seen anyone. And if you're there, join as well. They're quiet people, but they're very active people on the background. I'll be mentioning about them as well later. So I'm going to ask you to break it down. What is the meaning of SACCO? And what difference is there between Diaspora SACCO and the one in Kenya? So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Joy. And I really want to appreciate the members who have joined us. Allow me to call you members, because as soon as you join this platform called SACCO, instead of you being called customers or clients, your new name will now be member. So allow me to welcome the new members who are joining us. Thank you so much for sacrificing your time. And I know sometimes you've really read a lot about SACCOs, about credit unions, about cooperatives. But somebody was telling me the other day that, you can have information, but you don't have the knowledge. So, and I think that is one of the reasons why we are here today, so that at least for the information that you have, we can put some knowledge in it to make sense. So thank you, Joy. You've asked that at least I try to break it down for everybody to understand what a SACCO is, what is it all about, this SACCO. SACCO is just an acronym, SACCO. It's an acronym that means Savings and Credit Cooperative Societies. Savings and Credit Cooperative Societies. So when just as per the definition or as per that acronym, a SACCO, this is a vehicle that you can use as a person, a vehicle that you can use as individual to excel financially. Just the way you can decide to be a client of a bank, you can also decide to be a client of a microfinance institution, but you can also decide to be now a member of a SACCO. And the difference between a SACCO and other institutions is because SACCOs, unlike this other institution, SACCOs are member owned, so you own it. So it's just like any other business, any other investment that you get yourself into. You are the owner. And not only the owner, you are the owner, and at the same time, you are the client. So that is something so unique with the SACCOs. You own it, and then you are also the customer. So at the end of the day, what you put in, because I've just said that SACCO is a cooperative society. So a cooperative is like people coming together, they put resources, they pull resources together for their own use. So what resources are we pulling together? As per the name, savings and credit. So we are pulling our money together. We put them in a saving, like in a pot. So Joy brings her money, another Jane brings something small at the end of the month. Carol comes with something small, assuming we are 100 members. We are 100 members, and every month, everybody.
We are 1,000 members.
All right, okay, all right. So we are 1,000 members. So these 1,000 members have decided to join together and form this cooperative. So at the end of the month, you contribute an amount which is equivalent to what we call deposits or savings. So you put together in this pot. So if we are 1,000 members and every one of us bring 5,000 shillings or 5 euros or 50 euros every month, at the end of the year, you can multiply times 1,000 people. You will have a lot of money. So once we pull together, then we can lend. So that is the credit part now. Remember, I've said it's savings and credit cooperative society. So once we put together, the first thing that we do is we save. So once we've saved, we can borrow. And that is the reason why I've said the unique thing with the SACCO is you own it and you're also the customer. So that is just a brief way and a simplified way that I can define what a SACCO is. And something, again, Joy, that is unique with the SACCO is, I've said it is member owned, it is member used, so you are the user. So you create it and you use it. You just don't create it. You create it and you use it. So you are the user. And then again, it is control. You are the one who controls this organization. And eventually it benefits you. So those are 4 aspects that I would want all of us to remember. When we think about a SACCO, just remember that this is a platform, a financial platform that as members or women in Europe, we can use it as our vehicle to be to sustain ourselves financially. And as I've said, it is, you own it, so it is member owned, it is member used, it is member controlled, and it benefits you as a member. So the other thing that you are asking, Joy, what is the difference between a SACCO and a diaspora SACCO? There is no difference. You see, a SACCO is it's an umbrella that is known worldwide. In some other places, they are called credit unions. Like if you go to US, you will not find the name SACCO. They are called credit unions. But all the SACCOs all over the world, they operate with the same principles. So there will be no difference between a SACCO in Sierra Leone, a SACCO in Kenya, as a credit union in US, a credit union in Germany. It's just the names that it varies from one country to the other. But in Africa, the name that is commonly used is SACCO. And as I've said, there is no difference. Whether you are in Europe, whether you are in which state, the same principles apply. And when I talk about the principles, they are world council accredited principles that are known to be used in the whole world to govern SACCOs, and there are 7 of them. So for us to understand then, so that you see there is no difference between a SACCO in Uganda, I've seen somebody from Uganda, a SACCO in Rwanda, we use the same principles. And what are these principles, if we may ask ourselves? There are 7 of them. And because today is our, I can say it's our first day that we are learning about the SACCOs. So those are some of the things that you need to know from day one. So because when you will go to other places, you'll go to other continents, and you will hear of those words or of those terminologies, principles. So they cut across. So there are 7 of them, and those are the principles that govern cooperatives. Those are the principles that govern SACCOs all over the world. Principle number 1 is voluntary and open membership. Nobody is forced. It is open. It is open, and in most cases, it doesn't discriminate on gender, on religion, whichever. But when you're forming a SACCO, you can decide that this is a SACCO specifically for women. So when you talk about specifically for women, so it doesn't matter which, you are a woman from Kenya, you are a woman from Uganda, you are a woman from where. It depends on how you register it. But as I've said, it is that is principle number 1. It is voluntary and it's open membership. So nobody forces you to join it. Because at the end of the day, remember what I said earlier on, it is member owned. So when you join, you're joining something that you're going to own. So nobody will force you on what you want to own. Like all of us, if you want to own a house today, nobody forces you which kind of a house you want to own. You just pick on what you think is good for you. So as for me, I'm always a very good ambassador of people joining the SACCOs. And later on, I'll be able to discuss with you the benefits that are waiting for you. So yes, that is number 1. The other thing about the principle number 2 is democratic member control. I hope you guys have
pen and paper. Yeah.
So yes.
You can write it down. If you
yeah.
But you can listen to it again.
Yeah.
But don't give too much, because we have 2 more days to also give a lot of information as well, so that we can. Then it's not too much. I know you're a teacher, so sometimes it can be too much.
Yeah. But today I will not give much. I'll just give the basics so that at least you understand what you're getting yourself into. So number 2 about the principles of SACCO is it is democratic member control. And I think I had mentioned earlier on that you control it. And how do you control it? Once you join it, at the end of the year, there will be what we call the annual general meeting. So whatever projects that this SACCO wants to do, it has to come to the members for members to approve or disapprove. So that is the beauty of joining a SACCO, because at the end of the day, if it is investment, you invest in something that you know and something that you voted for. If you think you still have doubts on whatever investment the SACCO wants to get itself into, that is the time for you to ask questions. So that is another beauty of being a member of a SACCO, which is principle number 2. Principle number 3 is member have economic participation. Remember, you are not just joining this vehicle. We want you to be empowered economically. So the savings that you will be saving, at the end of the day, you can borrow money from it and you invest in whatever kind of investments that you want to get yourself into. So there is economic member participation. So once you join a SACCO, just don't join for the purpose of you being a member of this SACCO. Join with the mindset of what do you want to become in future? What kind of investments do you want? So that at least now you use the savings that you've saved to borrow some money, and then you can now invest in whatever projects you want you want to invest in. And remember, since the money that you will be borrowing, it will be attracting some interest. Guess what? At the end of the year, the same interest that you paid, it will be divided among all the members in form of dividends. So it is an investment on the savings that you put, the interest that you pay on your loan. At the end of the day, it still comes back to you because of the reason that you are the owner. So since you are the owner, at the end of the year, whatever profits the SACCO makes, it comes back to you in form of what we call dividends. That is the beauty of this vehicle. So, and then number 4 is what we call autonomy and independence. The SACCO is independent. You as a person, you are different, and the SACCO is different. So SACCO operates on its own. And that is why when you look at even how you register as a limited company. So there is no way that maybe your personal items will be seized or will be sold in case the SACCO is not doing well. It is independent. So that is one of the principles. And then the 5th one is education, training, and information. And that is what we are actually doing. So today, Joy, we are actually exercising principle number 5. That is education, training, and information, because we believe in the cooperative model, it is believed that the best way that you can help your members is by ensuring that you keep on educating them. If there are information that it needs to get to them, you pass it to them, and also continual training. And I'm happy because AWE has also been very good in this. I've participated in some of the trainings that you do. And you see, that is the best way that you can pass information to the other person. And then principle number 6 is cooperation among cooperatives. So we always benchmark. Cooperatives are not mean. So if you come to Kenya, I'll be able to take you to a SACCO in Kenya and you benchmark, and they'll be able to share with you because of that principle number 6. If you go to US, like for me, I've visited US several times, and the credit unions, they are always open. They tell you these are the challenges that we once faced. So please don't go this route. So you also learn from others who have been there before us. And that is because of that principle of cooperation. We need to live together. We need to assist each other. And then the last one is concern for community. So once you join this SACCO, you will not only be benefiting as a member, but out of the proceeds that you make as a SACCO, you can decide to help maybe the needy within a community. You can decide even to be champion of ensuring that we have a clean environment. That is concern for the community. So that is a brief of what a SACCO is and what are some of the principles that that guides us. And when you can look deeply into it, I think you can now see some uniqueness between other financial institutions, because a SACCO is a financial institution, but it's a bit unique. And what makes us unique are those 7 principles, which you may not find in another financial institution. Yes, Joy asked me not to talk too much.
No. You're a teacher. You're here to tell them everything. But being a student of your student, I know the information is quite, and I love it because the information is quite structured. So you have already a structure, already 7 points. Why a SACCO, and she has really clarified. I told you she makes you understand like a small child, or bring you understanding the market and the situation, how it is, and the SACCO, because it's a finance world where I think most of we women have really problems in understanding some of the concept and the principles. So thank you for that, and thank you. I've seen so many people there. Oh wow, Charity, you're really, I love you. She has shared all the 7 on the chat.
That's
so
nice
if you have
of her.
not seen, a very good student here, she has shared all all the 3, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th, and it's so thankful for that, because everybody who is there, who's listening now, doesn't know what are the 7 principles. They are all there for you. Charity, thank you for that. And I can see Madam Elizabeth is here from UK. Hey, pull all the people from the UK here. Yes, our councillor from Dagenham, Backing and Dagenham, yeah, in London. She's a very powerful lady, and I'm counting on you, madam. I need a lot of you people coming in to join hands. This is all about how we can all pull our resources together and work together to really make this possible. So invite as many Kenyans as possible on the platform. It doesn't matter where you are in Europe, UK, you're in it. All the people who are, because this constitution and the way I like it, the Carol just say the SACCO, they are our vehicle. The SACCO, Savings and Credit Cooperative, it's owned by its members. So I am here talking to you as a chair lady right now, but I don't own the SACCO. The SACCO is owned by its members, and we have a committee that are working with us, who are have been working since day one to make it work. And we have a chair lady, we have the chair lady, we have the vice president, we have the treasurer, and we have the secretary as well, already working very close, and also board members who are working as well with subcommittees, some of them training. So that's another part that you're gonna be going to. And that's the beauty about the SACCO, is that there are trainings for you members, as Carol said. It's just not for the committee. Every one of you will be given trainings. It's part of the SACCO information sharing, and so that you know what you're voting for, or what the whole SACCO is doing. And we have really looked for actually the place that will help you to grow yourself and the community. So I'm really thank you for those comments that you have shared. And thank you everyone who is listening. Throw your questions. I don't know whether we'll be going through whatever they ask now, so that you can also, I think you mentioned some of them as you were talking, right? Yes, just throw your questions on the comments, and then we will come back to them as we're going through. But I really love the idea that a SACCO is owned by its members, because this makes it a community and a collectiveness support with each one. And we also have expertise in our SACCOs as well, so that we are able to move it forward. So some of you people, I can see you are joining now, and they have been listening. Share as much as possible. Let's reach more people. I know it's in the evening. Some of you are coming out from work. Some of you are having dinner. Europe is quite busy, but sometimes you have to stop and think for yourself. And this is one of the places that I am telling you, the SACCOs are here to actually change your way of investing in Africa. How can we do this collectively? And I can give you great success stories of SACCOs that are, even you must have heard of them. Europe, you're not doing well, but that's why we are here for you, to work with you together. But we are partnering as well with the SACCOs in US that are doing amazing work, and they are mentoring us and supporting us and pulling us up, despite the a lot of regulations behind it, which we will talk about it in a little bit. So it's very important to have the support team, and I love the energy of the women pulling ourselves forward to make this happen. So thank you so much, everybody. I can see your question, you're all there putting up your question. Yes, we're going to the small questions coming in slowly. But before we get to that point, now you know the 7 principles of SACCO. You know what a SACCO is. And now we're going to ask, how can one benefit from SACCO as diaspora? I know we talked a lot. You talked about quite a lot of stuff. You can give us the benefit, maybe even make it more larger and more precise for the women. What benefit would they get as joining a SACCO, especially the diaspora SACCO? Let's concentrate on the SACCO. Because I know you work as well with other diaspora SACCOs, so I know you get a lot of benefit of being in any SACCO.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. And I know every one of us, even when you're buying something, you're always keen. What is it? What is in for me? What are the benefits that I'm going to get from this item? And just like anything that we can purchase in the market, assuming, or I'm assuming that we are now purchasing SACCO. We are purchasing SACCO in the market. And I think the first thing that you'll always ask yourself is, what are the benefits of this item that I'm purchasing? So I can tell you the benefits of being in a SACCO are just too many. But I will just focus on the main ones. And before even I tell you of the benefits, it's also good you get to know some statistics about SACCO so that you know what you're getting yourself into. One, the beauty of a SACCO, it has been recognized by World Bank, by ILO, and even what we call International Cooperative Alliance, that this is the vehicle that is going to help fight poverty and promote equity in the world. It is recognized, it is in records that the cooperative movement is the vehicle that is going to fight or is going to eradicate poverty and also promote equity in the world. So you can imagine, as you think of joining this SACCO, you know that you being a member of this SACCO, you are helping eradicate poverty in the world. And how are you eradicating poverty? When you look at, if I use the statistics, the Kenyan statistics, you will find like almost 30% of the Kenyan GDP is contributed by the SACCO movement. 30%. So you can imagine this is a strong vehicle. And 80%, the total 80% of the savings within our country are from the SACCOs. So you can imagine the impact that SACCO movement has even in improving the economy of the country. 80% is not little, because that means the 20% is divided among I don't know who, but 80% of the savings that is mobilized in our country is from the SACCOs. And then 30 million Kenyans, that is constituting of almost 67% of the population, depend on the cooperative related activities. So you can imagine 67% of the Kenyan population depend directly or indirectly on the proceeds from cooperative. If I even use myself as an example, I am who I am today, Joy, courtesy of a SACCO. My father used to belong to a SACCO I come from a place where we grow tea. So my father used to belong to a SACCO, a tea-based SACCO. And at the end of the year, they will get those dividends. At the end of the month, he can borrow money, and that is what educated us. So that is what I mean by 67% of the Kenyan population depending directly on cooperatives. So you can see already the benefits are just out there, and what you are going to bring in when you join a SACCO, you are just making these statistics to grow and grow. And I'm very sure that this is the way that we can change the world, because I'm looking at a day when the poverty level will be so low. And you can imagine you can be that person to bring down that poverty level. And I think even as we talk about AWE Diaspora SACCO, I think that is one of your key objectives. You want to come in and see how you can lower the poverty level, because you see, when I belong to a SACCO, I can take some money and I can put up a business, and from that business I can be able to at least improve my livelihood, improve my living standards. So those are just in a nutshell statistics. And I know it's like a majority of our audience are good students. I'm very sure you can even go and research more on some of the benefits that that SACCOs have brought to the world. But one thing that I just want you to remember is the cooperative movement is even recognized by World Bank, that this is the vehicle that is going to eradicate poverty in the world. So, but when we look at now the benefits that you as an individual, what are the benefits? Because you see, what I've mentioned is that is general, but what are the benefits that you're going to get as an individual? One, I don't know, in Europe, I don't know if you're good savers. Are you good savers? I don't know. You always
Yes,
save
we
the minimum.
are.
You know, we are always
But
told that
they always
eh,
have holes in the middle. When you
they,
save, there's another
thank
hole in
you.
the
They always have holes. So the moment that you join a SACCO, one of the things that it will be instilled in you is the savings culture. Because it is mandatory as long as you are a member of a SACCO. And that is why when you remember, thank you, because I can see somebody has even posted there, the SACCO, the acronym SACCO. The first thing that you see there is savings and then credit. So you don't borrow or you don't harvest where you've not sown. So you have to save first. And that is why it is mandatory that once you are a member of a SACCO, you save. And these are mandatory savings that you contribute monthly. So because it is mandatory, then eventually that culture, that savings culture is instilled in you. So that is one of the benefits that you're going to get by being a member of a SACCO. Unlike other financial institutions, if you look at like the commercial banks, nobody forces you to save. It is just up to you to save or not to save. But now the SACCO, by its formation, you're always forced to save because you have to contribute some monthly deposits. So in that way, it instills the savings culture in you, which is still not, we are not doing well in Africa when it comes to savings. In some instances, I call it, we always have appetite for loans. The appetite for loans is up there. But that zeal to save is not really there. And you can even see even within our countries, we are always very quick to run to World Bank, to run to IMF to borrow, but we don't save. So that is why I'm saying, and I think no wonder the World Bank recognized that cooperative movement in Africa is the vehicle that will eradicate poverty. Because if everybody now is somehow forced to save, if you are a member of a SACCO, so the more members we have, the more savings we have in Africa. And you can imagine what it will have eventually, even in Africa at large. So that is benefit number one of being a SACCO. And then number two, when you look at again the definition, savings and credit. So once you save, you will be eligible to get some loans, to access loans at a fair and reasonable interest rates, which you cannot, the rate that SACCOs use. Like if I use an example of Kenya, most of our rates, it's 1% per month. So in at the end of the year, if you are taking a loan repayable within 12 months, you only pay 12%, which is so cheap. And again, remember, I've said, remember, this is you own this business. So even that interest that you're paying, it has some return on investment. So that is benefit number two. Remember, I've said benefit number one, it instills the savings culture in you. Benefit number two, you access loans at a fair and reasonable interest rates. And then benefit number three is return on investment. You see, you've invested. You know, savings is an investment, and it's very interesting because even you as a member taking a loan, it is still an investment. I know you are wondering how is a loan an investment? And at the end of the day, I'm supposed to pay interest. It is an investment because what I mentioned earlier, this is your own business. So it's like the interest that you're going to pay, that 12% per annum that you're going to pay, eventually at the end of the year, that is what it will be distributed among all of you after the SACCO has deducted its own expenses, and it will be paid back to you in form of dividends. So the more you save, the more you borrow, the better for you. So can you imagine which other vehicle have you ever had that loan is an investment? I don't think so.
Very interesting.
You can still research. You can still research. You can never get a place where taking a loan in an institution is an investment. You know, many a times you always think that, you know, once you take a loan, because you are paying interest, so you are losing, because if I took a loan of a million and I'm supposed to pay 12%, that is almost like 120,000, or it's around 120,000, or it's how much? Yeah, around there. So, but remember that interest that you're paying is still your investment. So number 3, there is a return on investment. And how do cooperatives get those, or how do you as a member gain from the investment that you've done? At the end of the year, there are two benefits that you get from your investment. One, remember you have saved. So at the end of the year, there is what we call interest on savings. So the more you save, the more you also, so it is an investment. So for example, if at the end of the year, you've saved, let's say 1 million or 500,000 at the end of the year, those are your savings, 500,000. And now that year, maybe the SACCO has done business well, and the profit is 12, or the profit is 8%. So you do 8% of your savings, 500,000. How much is that? So that is interest on savings, a lot of money. So at the end of the year, you get interest on savings. And then for you to be a member of a SACCO, there is something that we call shares that you buy for you to be a shareholder. So the more shares you have in a SACCO, the more dividend you will get. So I've said at the end of the year, you're gaining, you are earning two, I don't know how I can put it. You are earning in 2 ways. You are earning from the savings, and the earning is called interest on savings. And then the shares that you bought, you know, SACCOs will always have the minimum shares. You'll find others for you to be a shareholder, for you to say, now I'm the owner. You remember my introduction? You're the owner?
Yeah.
Yes. So for you, how will I know that you are the owner? I will know you are the owner because you've bought shares. So those shares that you buy, at the end of the year, you still earn out of it. So the more shares you have, the greater your benefits. And the more you save, the greater your benefits. I think last year in Kenya, the highest saver in the whole country had 92 million savings. We are talking about savings, 92 million. You can also research on it and you will see who is that person. And that SACCO, they declared, I think interest on deposits were around 13%. So you can do your mathematics. You have savings worth 92 million times 13%. That is what that person earns yearly. So you can comfortably relax as money make money for you in a SACCO.
Love that. Yes. Make money work for you.
Yes. So that is the benefit number 3. Benefit number 4, investment opportunities. Remember, sometimes to invest as joy alone, it is very tricky and it has some challenges, because you can easily be conned. But when you are investing as a pool, you know, there's a lot of due diligence that has to be done. There are investments that are restricted. Remember, I know we'll be looking into it later on about regulations. Who regulates? Do we have somebody who takes care of these SACCOs? So because there are some regulations, as a SACCO, there are investments that are prohibited. But you see, when you are an individual, you can get into some investments thinking that is the right investment, but in reality, that is the wrong investment. And it's very unfortunate because when we talk about now, people who have gotten into wrong hands when it comes to investments are diasporians like you. Yes.
Yes, we know
that. That is where the biggest problem is. You will find you're in Europe there, you are working 24 hours to get that money, and then you send back home here, or you want to be bought for some land, I don't know where, you are sending for construction, wait until you come back home. You realize that you don't own a land, neither do you own even a makeshift of a building. Yet you've been sending money. So the beauty now of you being in a SACCO, you see, since a SACCO is regulated, the kind of investments that we also invest, there's a lot of due diligence that is done. So those are some of the things that now you will gain as when it comes to investments. And remember, you see, you don't get into all sorts of investments. The people who are, the committee will be, for example, tasked to look into the kind of investments, will do due diligence. And then again, sometimes you will find there are some investments that if you invest as an individual, it will cost you high. But when you invest as a group, you get some what we call economies of scale. So those are the benefits that you will get when it comes to investment. I've said with investment, at least we have the regulator to look into the kind of investment that you're getting yourself into. And because of that, that means every investment that you get into, there are due diligence that is done on them. And then again, you also get economies of scale because you are not investing as an individual, you're investing as a group. And remember again, with the loans that you're taking, you can take these loans and you can task now the SACCO to look for investments that are ideal for you. And I think investments in Africa are just quite a number of them. You can think of investing now, borrowing money from your SACCO and invest in real estate. You can invest in the hospitality sector. If you are in health, you can also invest in health sector. So those are some of the projects that you can be assisted to invest in. And then apart from now, those three main direct benefits that you get as there are four, in fact, four benefits that you directly get as a member. Your country also benefits. You know, once you join a SACCO, your country also benefits. Whichever country you are from, it also benefits. Because of what? Remember, you'll be sending some money. You'll be sending some money. So when you're sending money to your home country, you enhance the country's stability through the increased currency flow. And when you look at even in our country, then the kind of money that diasporans send to the country, they are good money. So that way, you know, once you have this SACCO, you can also there's a lot of money that maybe you will be channeling through your SACCO. And in that way, you also increase the stability of your country. And again, most of you being in diaspora, I know you can easily get some NGOs who are willing to support your home country, projects within your home country. You can get some donors who are also willing to support some projects in your country. You can easily get them through a SACCO. For example, if it's AWE Diaspora SACCO. So AWE Diaspora SACCO can pitch for some of the support from these donors, from the NGOs, and then they can now invest back at home. Remember principle number 7, concern for the community. You know, when you're in diaspora, you should also always be thinking about what are some of the ways that you can also help your country. And you can do it through a SACCO. You can decide that as a SACCO, we'll be getting some support from donors or from other NGOs, and then you'll be educating needy children, maybe from different communities. You can also help in maybe building the social amenities, as simple as toilets within your home country. You can decide that you'll be participating in tree planting. You can decide that you'll be participating in ensuring that we conserve the environment, that is through green energy. So those are some of the avenues that you can also assist your country through the SACCO. And finally, SACCOs play a big role when it comes to employment, because you see, if you, for example, you want to do some construction, you've taken some loan and you want to do some construction here in Kenya or whichever country you're in, Remember, there are people who will be employed. You will be employing people to work on those sites. If you want to, even the SACCO itself, it will have its employees. If you support me, for example, to open a shop, within a short period of time, maybe I'll be having 2 shops, courtesy of the SACCO. So I'll have to employ somebody else, and that is also how now you improve the employment within your country. So those are the main benefits of being a SACCO. So remember, it instills the savings culture in you. It helps you to access loans at a fair and reasonable interest rates. There is return on investment, and return on investment, remember I said it comes in twofold. You get it from the interest on deposits and the dividends on your shares. And then there are investment opportunities. Number 4, that is another benefit, investment opportunities. You see, you will not be duped. You will not be having cartels within your investment, because you see you are investing through a SACCO. Will do due diligence, and the fact that SACCOs are regulated, then the kind of various investments that you will engage in are also checked by the regulator. And I've said now to the country, you increase employment, the cash flows also improve, the stability of the country, the money that you'll be sending in. And of course, now I've said you can use the SACCO as an umbrella to reach to other donors within your, wherever you are within the country that you are, to support some projects back home, because of the principle number 7 that I mentioned earlier on, concern for the community. So those are the benefits, Joy and members, that you gain from being in a SACCO. So the benefits are just too many. The opportunities are also too many. In fact, I always say opportunities are everywhere. When you are a member of a SACCO, opportunities are everywhere. You need help to miss them.
I know. Wow. That is an information load of so much. And I hope you all got it. I love that. The investment opportunity, the returns is a lot. And what you can do as a SACCO, working together, it's a really strong vehicle. And I still have to remind you, the SACCO belongs to members, not to one person. It's not for me. It's not for anyone. Right now, I'm the chairlady, but the SACCO belongs to all of us. That means each one of your voice and working together as a voice is very important. Some of you are already asking, how I want to join. How do I join? Yes, there are so many ways of joining. We're going to share with you shortly, as we share with you a lot of way of joining us. And I can see how much is the SACCO entry fee at the, wow. I have shared already a link down there with you already for the Constitution. You cannot download it yet. I think somebody asked, but we're going to share with it once the website is up. You're preparing the website, just about to be launched, because we are making sure everything is intact. And Carol can confirm how serious we are having it right and doing it right. We rather stay long, but we have to get started. It has been now almost 3 years, working day and night, making sure that we keep to the laws and the regulation. And something else that I want also to make sure that people understand, the SACCOs are regulated and controlled in Kenya. So we are in Germany, and you have to be a Kenyan from Kenya. And so anything that's around the SACCO, the money is Kenya shillings. Regulations is done in Kenya, and it's really thoroughly done every year. So you're working with a constitution that is already a vehicle that is already managed by very strong regulator. I tell you, very strong one. And right now, even have them even stronger. They're called SASRA, and they're coming, and they are really tough on us as committee, but very good, important for you as a member, because they protect you and your money. We have seen SACCOs that have failed. Of course, they keep changing and making it better. And I have to say thank you to Kenya government allowing also these SACCOs to come to us for the diaspora, because I can tell you people are doing very great in this area. So I want to also follow up with you and see whether you can take it over right from now, because we're just going now to get the last questions and let you get rolling. Could you tell us how can one, we're still talking about the benefit. What are the advantages and disadvantages of SACCO? Because I've had SACCOs up and down. Before we go to the real story, what are the benefits of the SACCOs and the disadvantages?
Okay, thank you so much. And wow, the advantages. You know, the advantages are just like the benefits that I've mentioned. And I think in a summarized form, I can say the biggest advantage of being in a SACCO is because you own it. So when you own it, you decide what to do with it. And in fact, if you have good plans for the SACCO, if you patronize the products and services that the SACCO has, if you attend meetings, if you attend trainings, if you consume the products and the services that the SACCO has come up with, that is how you are going to grow the SACCO. And the opposite is the same. If you don't patronize the products, the services that the SACCO has, then the SACCO will not grow. So the advantage is, since you are the owner and you are the consumer, you have to have the zeal, you have to have the passion to ensure that this SACCO excels. So that is the main advantage of being in a SACCO. And the other advantage is whatever profits you make at the end of the year, it will be divided among all the members once the expenses have been deducted. So that is another advantage of being in a SACCO. And then another advantage is because it is member controlled. So there is no way that somebody will come up with the projects, will come up with ideas, will come up with resolutions that were not agreed upon by all the members. So that is why I mentioned about the annual general meeting that normally takes place yearly. Between every year, once the SACCO has been formed, every year between the month of February and April, a SACCO has to hold an annual general meeting for members to go through the books of accounts so that you see how much the SACCO managed to get, what were the expenses, what are the plans for the SACCO. So you brainstorm on them during the AGM. And then again, during the same AGM, you pass resolutions on, for example, like the budget. You know, the budget has to be brought to the members that these are the activities that we are going to do this year. It will consume this much, and then you approve it. So that is the beauty of the SACCO, and I can say that is also an advantage because you see, at the end of the day, everything is brought to you, the owner, to approve or disapprove. The disadvantage is the disadvantage of a SACCO is especially when you have members not with the same agenda. Remember, I've said SACCO is savings and credit. And the biggest asset that a SACCO has is credit, the loans. So the issues that SACCOs are faced with time is when we have members who are not empowered, when we have members who don't know how to take care of to manage their debts well. So the moment they take loans, they take loans and they don't pay. So when you take a loan in a SACCO and you don't pay, what happens to the SACCO? The SACCO will not make any profit. And because it won't make any profit, at the end of the year, you won't get any dividend, you won't get any the return on investment that I had mentioned earlier. So that is one of the disadvantages. When we have members who do not have the same agenda of growing the SACCO and also ensuring that they prudently use the resources of the SACCO. Another disadvantage is when we do not have good leaders, that is governance issues. I think you've seen some years back or in the recent past where we've had some SACCOs closing down because of mismanagement. So when we don't elect, and you know what, the beauty is at the end of the day, you are the members who elect these leaders. During the first tenure, like now when you're still very new, we always have just the founders who are just ratified as the leaders. But in the consecutive years, you will have the platform to elect those leaders. So when we don't have good leaders in a SACCO, you'll find sometimes there is mismanagement of funds. And when there is mismanagement of funds, eventually at the end of the day, you lose as a member. So those are the main disadvantages of a SACCO. One, I've said the issue of debt management, where we have members taking loans and they are not paying. And remember, we earn from the credit. It is only through credit that the SACCO makes money. When we on-lend the savings that we have, we make money. So when we give out money, when we give out our savings and it is not paid back, we lose as members. So that is why it is always good that when you join a SACCO, join with an intention of growing it, not killing it. And the other disadvantage is, I've said, when we do not have good governance, leadership and governance. When we don't have good leaders managing our SACCOs, sometimes there will be mismanagement, and because of that now, we may lose as a SACCO. So those are the two main disadvantages of a SACCO. But when you look at the advantages, there are too many. And when you also look at those disadvantages, those are things that we can work on. Because when you talk about leadership, our leaders need to be empowered. They need to be exposed. They need to benchmark with other SACCOs so that they will be in a better position to manage their SACCOs well. Because if the management don't manage the SACCOs well, then the members will lose. And if members also take loans and they don't pay, that will be the end of that SACCO. Because you see, we rely on you to pay back the money that we've given you. So those are the advantages and disadvantages of a SACCO. But as I've said, the disadvantages, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. And that is why, even when you look at Africa, when you look at the World Council Credit Union, they normally publish some statistics about the credit unions in the entire world. And we are lucky that in Africa, last year, Africa was number 12, 2019, in the whole world. And you can imagine Kenya was number 1 in Africa. So that is why you'll always find most of the SACCOs within the African continent coming to Kenya to benchmark, because we have the strongest SACCOs. And I think based on the statistics that I also mentioned, that actually gives you that picture. If 80% of the savings within our country are from the cooperatives, then it tells you that we are doing well as a country. And as Africa, we are also not doing badly. There's a time we were number 7 in the whole world. And I don't know, there are people who really follow us. We've heard many people coming to Africa to benchmark. So they match, and I think we were number 12. Yeah. So for 2020, I don't know, but yes. So those are the statistics that tells you that you're in the right place, or you are joining the right thing. Yes. Thank you.
Wow, that is so amazing. I mean, knowing the advantages and disadvantages, it helps you to know how SACCOs are. They are very sensitive, and yet, but I can tell you the positive part of it as well is always there, and it's the biggest. And if you come from Kenya and you have seen what the SACCOs are doing, the first time I went to Kenya, and I was seeing, when I was there before, I'm talking of 20 years that I've been here in Europe. Every time I used to go there, used to be, those big matatu passenger carriers. They used to have their own names, I don't know, Madonna, I don't know who. Now, when you go there, you see a SACCO. Even if you don't want to know, you're like, everywhere, these are SACCO, these are SACCO. What is this SACCO, It's amazing how much this has helped. And some of you see how the whole idea was brought out. It's about this merry-go-round as well, where women put the money together, but putting it in a proper way that it also managed, that people don't lose money, governed as well. So it's a really an institution, and I can tell you it's regulated like a proper institution, you know, because you have the rules, and like any company you open or business, it's regulated very strictly. So I want to thank you so much for all that. You're already 1 hour, and I know you're a teacher trainer. That's why the information is your key goal. Wherever you go, you want the information go. And I want to make sure our people understand AWE SACCO is already there. We are launching on 5th of April, and we're giving you more information every Friday, coming here and giving you a lot of information. So Carol, keep the next information for the next time. Let's encourage our people now, answer their questions, because they're so eager to get on to know what. Yes, now SACCO, we got it somehow. But I think you you guys still need a lot of information. Now, I'm going to go to your questions to give you the basic of what the SACCO needs from you. So I'm going to share with you my screen. I was preparing that. I hope I can make it. So that to show you the constitution, because we have the constitution already set, and we have a certificate, and it's already out there for you to see it. But the main thing, you need to read the constitution, because it defines each and everything that we do and what will come. And then the fine-tuning what we as SACCO are offering, what kind of savings, what kind of credit are we need to offer. We're going to talk about that in the next meeting, because now you know what it is. But I want to share with you just about the SACCO. Let me make sure that I can do that. I hope you can see that. So this is the constitution that we are talking about right now, as you can see there. So I'm gonna make it just a single so that you can see it a little bit bigger. So as you can see there, I hope you can hear me. So it's all about let me make sure that you can hear me. Can you write to me whether you can hear me on the other side? Maybe I muted myself. But I hope you can hear us. Let us know whether you can hear us and see as well. Write me in the chat so that I know whether you can hear us. If I don't see anything, probably you don't hear us. Okay. No comment, probably you can't hear us. Okay, fine. Now you can hear us. So the constitution, as it shows here, I'm going to page one of the page. When I share the link there, you're gonna see the exact link that we are talking about here. It's because the whole idea here is to give you the breakdown. So to be an AWE SACCO, to join AWE SACCO membership, you need to have, thank you everyone for confirming that. Thanks, it just came up from our side. So you need to be an AWE member. That's a very important thing. And how to be an AWE member is really simple. All you need to do is to go to www.africawomenineurope.eu, and that's how you get to be an AWE member. And right now it's free, but we are looking forward to getting to know you and what you do, because that's as Carol said, each institution has a fundamental of where the connectivity is, so that you all have the same visions and goals, so that you don't contradict when you're moving forward. When someone is talking about this, the other one is talking about that. But what is your main goal of being together? So this is the main thing. We are coming in as AWE. That's how we started, and that's how we are going. And AWE, to be a member, you don't need to be only a man, a woman as well. So it's you. We are welcoming men as well. So we decided to take you on board. So a person who possesses the following qualifications shall be eligible for a membership. Is within the field of membership consisting of the following common board: Kenyan, currently in gainful employment or in business within Europe, and are members of AWE. Very important. And the second one, Kenya, previously resident in Europe and engaged in gainful employment of business and in good standing for not less than a year prior to returning to Kenya, and are a member of AWE, as well as is a member of AWE in Europe or Kenya. So in Europe, we are really broadening up everywhere. So when I say Europe, if you're in, as I said, in UK, you're also in Europe, in Switzerland, in Holland, in Denmark, in Norway. So all of you are invited all the way to Spain, to Greece, to Italy. If you're a Kenyan, you're welcome to join the SACCO. All you need to be is to register on our website, which I've shared there, www.africanwomeneurope.eu. And then you have to be, of course, attained at age of 18. We're not taking anybody under 18, so you have to be over 18 and is of good character and sound, okay? So you have to be somebody who is able to really understand and be able to move along with the SACCO. Pay the entrance fee and share capital as prescribed as by this bylaw, provided that no member shall belong to more than one SACCO society having similar objectives. So we as the SACCO, we have an objective of really going out there and working together and supporting entrepreneurs. That's our main vision, to support entrepreneurs in the continent. What I mean by this, if you're in Kenya and you're joining the SACCO, you need to be an entrepreneur in business already existing more than 1 year. So this is one of the requirements. And also for the diasporans, you don't need to be in business, you have to be in employment. But these are the basic requirements that you need to be a member. And how you can apply, of course, we'll have a website where you can apply and be a member. And the process of payment is as well defined in the document as well, which I will be sharing with you on the next part, because I need you to get to understand how the membership really works. So how to register, we have an administration fee of I have to forget not to talk Europe, is Kenya shillings, is 20,000 Kenya shillings administration fee, which is non-refundable. And we have shares that you can apply as well. Is a must, a minimum of 5, but we're encouraging you to take as more shares as you had. The more shares you get, the more dividends you get. And we need it very desperately to get you also that you are part of us and also gain something from that. So you need, as I said, first of all, you need 20,000 Kenya shillings, and then you need 5,000 on top of that for your share minimum. So I'm encouraging 20 shares. Each share costs 1,000 Kenya shillings. So right now, I can guarantee this is not going to be the same case when we have our final AGM, and you will all agree we need to increase the shares. So I encourage you to buy the shares now. As much as you know, any company is to get shares is the best time to the shares when they're low. So I encourage you to buy more shares than right now, because we actually have to increase the shares because of the new regulation that were changed before we even got it started. So take advantage of that, and before our next AGM. So we are looking forward to that. And then the minimum payment per month for this particular part. We have other savings and credit options, what we're going to talk about in the next meeting. But the minimum is 50, which is 5,000 Kenya euro. 5,000 Kenya shillings. Kenya euro. 5,000 Kenya shillings. So 5,000 Kenya shillings is the minimum you can put every month. And this is your money. This is not mine. So the more you want, the more you save. So that one is endless. Whether you want to put 1 million Kenya shillings per month, that's your money you're saving. So that belongs to you. So the money you put every month, the minimum is 5,000. We encourage you to put more. It's up to you, but that's the minimum you can. We also have other savings and credit opportunities of different, and we're going to talk about it in the next meeting, so that you have more idea what else is there apart from the normal savings that you're doing. We have others that you're going to bring in on board, and we're going to talk about it in the next meeting. So I hope I've gone through the main things. We're going to read the Constitution, because I need you to read the Constitution. It's very important to understand the basic. The first thing you need to pay is the administration non-refundable 20,000 Kenya shillings and 5,000 minimum shares. Each share costs 1,000 Kenya shillings and 5,000 minimum Kenya shillings to pay per month, which is yours. So I hope I made it a little bit clearer, and I will make it more clear when we come to the next meeting. And we are launching on 5th of April in 2-3 weeks. So start preparing yourself, start saving your money, because we're gonna get started, and we will really need you very much, because we're gonna discuss to you in the next meeting more why it's important to share with more people, because as you heard, the success of a SACCO is about the people, the members. The more members you have, the better. And I can confirm to you, when it comes to giving out loans, you need at 3 people to confirm from your side. So they rather be people you know. So you better bring people you know so that you have an advantage when you're gonna be borrowing money as well. Because that's another regulation. It's also on the Constitution. You can read about that. So I'm going to go quickly to the questions. I don't know whether we missed any questions there on the chat. Let me see. Good evening. How does one become eligible? I think I answered that. You need to be an AWE member, registration on AWE member right now. That's the first thing you should do right now, because we will be confirming whether you're a member. We have a very good emailing. You get information what's happening, the advantage of being AWE member. You also get informed what is coming up. We have so many projects, very nice stuff coming up apart from the SACCO, but you need to be an AWE member. To registration is free, so you just need to press the button and sign in and tell us a little bit about yourself as well and your profile. And then the other part is that after that, after 5th, you have to pay. You need to pay them the registration fee and the shares, and a minimum of how much per month. This has to go at one time. So start preparing yourself, and then the regular payment will come thereafter. So now let me go back to the basic of the discussion. Let me see any other question. Have you seen any? Are you supposed to recruit people in a SACCO? Yes. Let me leave Carol to answer that one.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for that question. And I think Joy mentioned something that, yes, you can belong to many SACCOs as long as the objectives are different. Like the objectives for AWE Diaspora, they are a bit unique, because one, AWE Diaspora is looking for diasporians to save, or rather to invest, so that entrepreneurs in Kenya and other places can borrow that money. So yes, you can belong to many SACCOs as long as the objectives are different. And in many cases, most of the SACCOs have different objectives. Because you'll find, for example, a Matatu SACCO here in Kenya, the objectives are different. So I can belong to a Matatu SACCO because I have a Matatu. I can also belong to a dairy SACCO because I have some cows. So you can always bring members from other SACCOs, but you can also target those people who are not members of any SACCO. And I always say, when it comes to joining a SACCO, you even start with your nuclear family. You start with your spouse. You start with your children above 18 years. You start with your neighbors, you see? So you can always bring as many people. And the more people we have, the better for us. So you can as well recruit from other SACCOs, as long as their objectives are not the same as ours.
Great, great, great. So that's answered quite clearly. So let's go to the next question. Why would you not allow a member of another SACCO to be a member? Okay, I think that's what you are answering. I think that was quite answered well. How much is the SACCO entry fee and a copy of bylaws too? Yes, as I mentioned, the SACCO entrance fee is 20,000 Kenya shillings, and a minimum of 5,000 Kenya shillings, minimum of 5 shares of 5,000 Kenya, of 1,000 Kenya shillings each. So 5 shares is the minimum. I think I don't know whether I said 5,000 shares. I said 5,000. 5 shares is the minimum.
5 shares. Yes.
A minimum of 5 shares. Each share costs 1,000. But we encourage you to buy more shares, so that the more you get, I told you, the happier you'll be the money will be working for you. Like she said about the $1 million person who had the highest shares was, but you cannot buy so many. You're also limited to 1/5 of the shares. Yeah, exactly. So another question there: are the members asked before investing SACCO money? Investing SACCO. Do you understand the question?
The members asked before investing SACCO money.
I didn't get that question well. Maybe try to phrase it again, Hilda, then we can answer
or
it.
maybe I think what maybe Hilda meant is, sometimes as a SACCO, you can have idle money. You can have idle money. Idle money, I mean, people have saved and maybe everybody has borrowed and there's still money left behind. So what do you do with that money? So the regulations allow us to invest. So we can invest that SACCO money elsewhere. We can buy government securities. We can fix the same money in some fixed deposit that earn interest at the end of the month, at the end of the year. So there are vehicles that we can invest idle money. But the best investment is through loans. But as I've said, not all the time we'll have members borrowing money, especially when we are starting. We may not have members borrowing immediately, but remember, we'll be having money. So what will we be doing with that money? So we can decide to fix that money in a place that it will be earning. It will be earning for us instead of just leaving the money to idle in some account somewhere. Yes, so SACCOs can invest the same money that members haven't borrowed. And the regulation is very clear on where we can invest. And that is the beauty. That is the beauty, because we are not just operating the way we wish. There is regulation. So when it comes to even government securities, the regulation is very clear. How much are we? What percentage are we investing there? When it comes to fixed deposits, what percentage? So we cannot just wake up and say we are fixing the entire 100%. No. The regulation has given us percentage classifications on where we can invest and at what percentage. So that's the other beauty.
Yes, and I can tell you they have limited. There is no mashamba anymore. So if you have, I think that's why you bought too many lands now. We need to invest other areas. That's why we are investing in entrepreneurs and going into other ways of investment, as we said. But you're gonna be doing all that as well. It's not limited, but But I said it's very regulated and has been reduced tremendous in that sector, especially in the housing and those part. But there is quite a lot that you can do as well. But what money you get from us, that we have to separate this. I'm talking about the SACCO where it invests, but you can borrow money and buy the land. So that you have to, these are two different things. There is the SACCO, because you need to not keep money in one space. We need to invest in it. You're limited where, and that's what I'm talking about. But you as an individual, you can borrow the money and you can do your business as long as it's approved by the committee that you can be and seconded as well. So that can be possible. So I think that question this question was asked a little bit earlier. Can you say something about the legal framework that sustained the SACCO? I think that's what you mentioned, the 7.
No, okay. I think the legal framework is, you see, at the end of the day, there is regulations that govern the SACCO. So at the moment, as a diaspora SACCO, we will be regulated by government agency by the name SASRA, that is SACCO Societies Regulatory Authority. So that is the regulator. A regulator is like, with the commercial banks, they are regulated by Central Bank of Kenya. So anything that commercial banks do, it has to be in line with the regulation from Central Bank of Kenya. But for SACCOs, that is diaspora SACCOs and SACCOs within the country that are taking deposits, though the one that we call deposit-taking SACCOs, and those ones that have more than 100 million in deposits, they will be regulated by SACCO Societies Regulatory Authority with effect from January 2021. So it's like you you just came in at the right time, where you will have now a regulator to take care of you. And you see, the beauty of having a regulator is they will be monitoring, because there are reports that are sent to the regulator every month. So they are able to monitor. They're able to monitor your progress. And those reports, if you don't perform, if you don't adhere to the regulations, the license will be revoked. And I don't think anybody wants their license to be revoked. So eventually our diaspora will be given the license probably by June of this month. When you have met the requirements of the regulator, they will be given the license. But as at the moment, they've already been registered. So that is why they have the registration certificate. So the registration certificate is the initial stage. And then now you move to the other stage. So yes, SACCOs, the diaspora SACCOs are now regulated. They have a regulator. Yes, that is the legal framework. And apart from that now, remember we also have laws that supports or guide the cooperatives, like the SACCO societies, the Cooperative Act, CAP 490, which I think all of us, I know Joy will be able to post, so that at least you can also go through, because that is now the legal framework. So SACCOs do not just operate on their own. There are regulations, there are laws that govern the operations.
Yes, we are going to add those documents, all of them, on our new website when it comes, so that you can have all the documents, which is supposed to come within the next week once we have all the details. So thank you so much for that. I can see some few questions coming up the last minute. Let's see here. Does the SACCO has an insurance?
Oh, yes. All loans, because of the regulations, all loans have to be insured. So yes, a SACCO will partner with an insurance company so that their loans and the savings are insured. And in most cases, the loans and the savings, okay, the insurance only take care of, we have what we call the life insurance, just in case one of our member passes on, and he or she had a loan, the insurance will take up that loan. Or in case of permanent disability, something can happen and you are now permanently disabled, you cannot continue with your day-to-day operations to be in a position to pay the loan, so the insurance take care of it. So all the savings and the loans are insured. So yes, SACCOs, it is mandatory. They are mandated to partner with an insurance company, so that they insure their members against death and permanent disability.
Wow. Okay, that's well answered. Yes, you have loads of insurances. Another question there coming: does the 20K entry belong to the member or goes to the SACCO? There is no member. You're talking about the SACCO.
Yes, it goes to the SACCO.
It goes to the SACCO. We are not talking to member. We have, actually, that's a good question, because I didn't mention, we have a bank, cooperative bank society. We already have an account. Every SACCO works with a bank. That's something that we didn't go details, but every SACCO has a bank, and most of the SACCOs use cooperative bank, but there are other banks, but these are regulated and are controlled, and they have been doing this as their known cooperative bank. They're already in the regulations of SACCOs. So we have a bank, so the money goes to a bank account, and we have a form. One step at another one. After we have started on the 1st or 5th of April. We will be sending you a form to fill your interest. So first of all, you need to be an AWE member. So you need to go right now and register yourself on the website www.africanwomenineurope, because that's the first regulation, and we'll have you applying the first form to show us the interest, and from that we'll be giving you, after we have qualified with all the regulations, you get the second form where you now fill in and start the payments and all the regulation that is needed. So I hope I've answered your question as well. So the first thing, register yourself as African Women in Europe website. So let me see another question here. How long will it take to qualify to borrow a loan once you start saving? So I'll let Carol answer that.
Okay. As per the regulation, you can qualify to take a loan after 6 months. So you save for 6 months, then you qualify to take a loan. But the best practice, especially as this being a diaspora SACCO, we can mobilize as much money as we can so that when we start borrowing, one can easily borrow a lot of money that you can actually do a lot of business with it. So, but the minimum is 6 months. The minimum you can start borrowing after 6 months. So the SACCO has already developed a credit policy, and it has some products that you can qualify. And I know as we grow, you'll also be suggesting some of the products that you would want to see in your SACCO. So minimum 6 months.
Yes, and I can confirm that one that our SACCO is new. We need to get you in. So the
Yes.
faster we get, the more you bring more people, the more you have money to loan. If there is no money in the pot, we cannot give you loans. So that's why we need 1,000 members in 2 months. That's my bet and that's my prayer that we all get enough members. Then we can start talking about 6 months, very easy without, and that's a small number. We have opened to Europe. And I can see another question there that is Brexit going to affect membership of women in the UK? Not at all. I told you the SACCO belongs to Kenya, and Kenya owns the SACCO, and the regulatory, everything is in Kenya. So if you are not allowed in Kenya, that's the only problem, if you are not a Kenyan. So that's the only issue. But if you're a Kenyan, wherever you are in Europe, you can register. So Brexit doesn't affect AWE. Even the AWE itself, our organization, is not under EU, it's under Europe region. So, and you're already in Europe geographical region as well. Yeah. So I hope I've answered that. I think I was gonna. Okay, is there a set monthly contribution? Yes, we have a set monthly contribution, minimum 5,000, and this is your money. It's not my money, and it's not the SACCO. I mean, my money meaning SACCO money. Yeah, because I told you again, SACCO doesn't belong to Joy, right? It doesn't belong even to African women. It's a SACCO on its own. It's owned by its members. It's a project of AWE. So you own the project. So the money you put in is up to you. The more you put, the more you save, like any other bank, the more interest you get, and actually the more you put, the more you can borrow, because it's according to the amount you put. The minimum is 5,000 Kenya shillings. So the more you put, the more, if you put 5,000 and you only have so little money, you times it, I think times 3, the amount. And so you can see how much you'll get. So if you want more, you have to put more. So that's the whole idea with the SACCOs. Okay. I hope I answered that right. Okay. Or do you want to add something there before I get the next question?
Okay. So as you put it, remember the monthly savings is what will enable you to take a loan. So if we are using a multiplier of 3, so if you save 5,000 for 6 months, that is 30,000 Kenya shillings. So 30,000 times 3, you only qualify for 90,000 because you use a multiplier of 3. So the more, depending on, you see, at the end of the day, when you're joining a SACCO, you must also have some goals. So if your goal is to get some 10 million or 5 million to put in some project or to invest somewhere, then you can also now redistribute that. You can even give yourself a target of 1 year. So if you want to borrow 5 million within a year, then you can work backwards and see then how much do you need to be saving every month. And remember again, savings, not all months are the same. So there is a month that maybe your business is doing well, or you get some, I don't know if in Europe you have the stimulus, I've heard about stimulus. So, you can get some money somewhere. So instead of just consuming that money, you can put into your savings. So the more you save, the higher qualification you get for a loan, and the higher the interest on deposits at the end of the month, at the end of the year, sorry.
Okay, we have another question. What if you are not working, but you have other sources of
You have
money?
other sources. Yes.
Definitely.
You know the beauty. Mm.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, you know, the good thing of this AWE Diaspora SACCO, it doesn't only target those who are, it targets those who are entrepreneurs, that is self-employed, meaning you're not working, but you have other sources of income. So that other source of income, you can invest. You can invest, you can deposit, you be depositing that money, and at the end of the day, you can now borrow and even expand your investment so that you have now several sources of income. So it doesn't have to be you're employed to join AWE Diaspora or for you to belong to a SACCO. No. As long as there is a steady source of income, because remember I've said there is a mandatory deposit to be made every month. And I think you are lucky because 5,000, I believe if you can work extra hard, you can easily raise that 5,000 per month.
Okay, fantastic. So I can see another question here. One of the is trying to elaborate it much further, because I think we didn't get the question right. And maybe you can answer that one from Kem. You haven't got my question correct. Yes, the money goes to the bank, but does it count as member contribution shares, or it's gone to the SACCO and doesn't count to member shares?
Okay, I think I can help you answer that. About the registration fee. The registration fee doesn't count anywhere to a member, because remember, when a SACCO is starting, like it is starting now, it has some expenses to meet. For example, maybe communication, training, and where does it get that money? So it gets that money through the registration. So like if you're opening a bank account, there are some charges that are needed there. There's some paperwork. So that is what the registration fee is used for. So it doesn't count. What counts, what gets into the member's account is the shares, which is the minimum of 5,000, and also the deposits, which is also the minimum of 5,000. So the 20,000 doesn't get to the member's account. That money goes to meet SACCO expenses.
Okay, yeah. And I can see, thank you, Milka, for also sharing there on the chat the breakdown of that question as well. So I'm just going to check any other question. I can see everybody is up now again with questions rolling like, and you're already going 2 hours now. These are very long discussion, and I really wanted to break it and have it next time. So we're going to answer 3 more questions, and then we're gonna go back to this discussion afterwards. Next time, read the Constitution. I've shared the link there. Milka, if you're there, share the link. It's already on the chat so that people can start checking the chat and reading the Constitution, because it has most of the questions that you're asking. So how will member be able to make deposit into the SACCO account? So this one was also discussed quite a lengthy by Carol. Maybe you can just short answer it as well. Give an answer very briefly.
Oh, I think what this member is asking is the deposit, the 5,000 shillings. How will it get into the SACCO account? And I think in the registration form, there will be an account and a way that money is wired to the SACCO account. Yeah,
yes,
so accounts.
So what you do, just maybe I give them an idea. So that's actually a very good question to thinking about it, because how are you going to send the money if you're in the diaspora? We are using money transfer company. You can send the money direct to the Kenyan account. We do have we are working together with other company like you. I'm sure you've sent money to Kenya through company like Remitly. Or Word Limit or WeTransfer, or there are so many transfer company outside there that you can send directly to the account. Okay, that's one option. The second option, if you have an M-Pesa account in Kenya, you can also send your money from the M-Pesa account to the bank account, and all these details have been put on the form. Okay, all these details are on the form. What you need to do once you send the money, you need to make a photo of it if you're using M-Pesa and put it on the form. There is a document you need to, there's an area for documents. Then you can put the document there for the payment that you have done, either PDF if you have used a bank, even also on your transfer money during online transfer, you can also make a screenshot or make a photo of it and put it as the document that you have paid, send the payment. And then the process starts. There's a lot of work to check whether all the documents you have sent, they are correct. That's the administration one that is coming out from the committee right now. This very soon we need employees on our SACCO as soon as we get money. That's very important because there's a lot of work that the committee, and thank you all the committees that are there, and you'll be seeing them. We'll be showing you them very soon so that you all know them. And they're already on the chat as we are talking right now, really contribute, because these are communal work. It's not one person job. It's a SACCO for everyone. So after that, you'll be confirmed and then you'll be given a number. So there's a process. I think the next time we will talk about those processes so that you get to know better. And that's a very good question as well. So I will really try to come back with the questions and answer. If you guys, you have the issue of guarantee. What about the issues of guarantors? I don't know what's the issue of guarantors. Do you understand the question?
Okay, maybe what Mary Winnie Wangare is asking is where will, maybe what about the issue of guarantors? Yes, SACCOs, all the loans within the SACCO have to be guaranteed. So one way of ensuring that your loan has been guaranteed is either you look for, I think Joy mentioned about 3 guarantors. So you look for 3 guarantors, but as per the credit policy, as we grow, we will also, the SACCO will accept the use of other collateral. For example, if you are buying land, we can use that land, that is the title deed of that land. It can be charged. It can be charged for SACCO as a security. If you are buying a motor vehicle, for example, that logbook can also be used as a security. But apart from now, those other collateral, you can also look for 3 other guarantors to guarantee you. And I think that is the reason why Joy had mentioned that it is good you bring those people that you know. So when that time comes that you want to take a loan, they can guarantee you. But in the event that you don't want guarantors, I think the law now allows you to use other form of collateral. So you don't have to look for those guarantors. If you have what we call the conventional security, you can bring us, either you can bring the title deed to be charged, an interest of the SACCO noted there, or the logbook can be also used as a form of collateral. Yes.
Okay. I think now we've gone through all questions. Okay, I think I'm going through to see if I've missed anything. Okay, there's a question here. What if you delay in paying back the loan?
Yeah, if you delay in paying back the loan, of course, now the guarantors will be asked to pay for you. And I think you remember when we were talking about the disadvantages. Now that was one of the disadvantages, that if we bring on board people who are not also loyal to the SACCO, they may end up also messing us, because you see, I have guaranteed you. So once I've guaranteed you, in the event that you don't pay that loan, then the guarantor should help do the payment. But nowadays, before we get to the guarantor, the SACCO has to do a lot of background check on you, and so that now the guarantor become the last resort. And that is why I will encourage all of us, as we join the SACCO, when that time comes to take a loan, consume what you can afford to pay. Don't consume what you can't pay. Yes, analyze your business cash flows so that you only take what you can pay. Because if you take what you can't pay, then you will also be harming others. Because you can imagine paying a loan for somebody. That is the disadvantage that I mentioned earlier on about SACCOs. Because you see, all loans have to be paid.
And don't
All loans
forget,
have to
like any bank, you have to give also some things to secure your
security.
loan
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Like you
yeah,
give your title
yeah,
deed, I don't know what. So there are so many
yes,
things that you will
yeah,
have to go through before we go to the last guarantor that they
sure,
can come
sure.
in. They feel secure that they are not guaranteed. It's not just three people guaranteeing. There's a lot of due diligence, and you also have
Mm,
to actually acknowledge that where you're taking the money. It's just not taking
mm.
money. So we want to know where you're taking it. It's part of the circle, and how will you get the money back to us as well. So that's also part of. So there's a lot of regulation. So thank you so much, everyone. We have really reached the maximum, the longest that I've ever had, 2 hours, but it was worth it, worth it, worth it. What I said, register as our member to get started. That's the first thing. And how and once you register yourself, make sure that you're following us, and then very soon on 5th of we are launching on 5th of April, in few weeks from now, and we will be releasing the website, and we'll do it. We're gonna come here every Friday. We are coming here talking about the circle, enlightening you. So go read the constitution, have been shared on the chat. Please read it very carefully so that when you ask the questions, you'll be already familiarized with it. And then when you're ready to go after 5th of April, we can already all get started. So keep putting your questions here. We'll follow them up in the next discussion if we don't get to answer them now, because I can imagine there's quite a lot of questions in this area, but it's already a vehicle that have been used and it's working. And it's all about collaboration and working with the trusted people on board. So we are welcoming you. If you are a person who is really excited to get started and really be part of the change that you want to see in Africa, because we can do it only when we work together and create generation wealth for yourself and your family. Don't forget, we're gonna talk about next time about the kind of loans and kind of savings and credit that are there, so that you can already familiarize yourself what is coming on board apart from the normal being a member of SACCO. So thank you so much, Carol, for really such a powerful information. And I want you just to encourage my people who are listening, that something to encourage them, not to scare them that's too much, but it is workable. Go ahead and give them an encouragement.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, and I really appreciate. Thank you for everybody who have sacrificed. We don't take that for granted, or I don't take that for granted. And I'm very sure that you are now better off than when you joined in some few hours ago. And what I want to encourage you is that sometimes in life you wonder when you're going to get across the bridge, and you also don't know how you're going to get to the other side. Let me tell you that the way to get to the other side of life is through this circle, through the circle. So be encouraged and know that this is your vehicle that you're going to ensure that your future is guaranteed. You have a sustainable future, and it is possible. It is possible. For those of you who understand Kiswahili, there is a methali. Is it a methali called haba na haba ujaza kibaba? You know, you contribute that 5,000 that you will contribute every month for the next 12 months, for the next 5 years. And you see, 5 years was just the other day. We are now in 2021. So 5 years was just the other day. And assuming you had started 5 years ago, where will you be now? But I always believe that God's timing is the best. So I believe 2021 is the best time for you to invest. Thanks to AWE for bringing on board and creating this platform for the people in Europe to invest back home. We really, I can't wait to see our diaspora growing and being a case study for other nations to come and study, and so that, to study and learn from you, so that they can also take it to their own countries. Thank you so much. Even the members who have joined from other countries. I think there was Sierra Leone. You can let us learn from this one so that we can create a replica of it in Sierra Leone. We can also, I know Uganda is already up there, but we can create others. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the best as we join AWE.
Yeah, thank you, and I thank you everyone there who is also saying thank you. I hope we've educated you one way or another. One, reach out to us if you have any question. One of the person you can reach is to Hilda. She's also there, as you can see. She's one of the committee members. Reach out to her as well. Milka Monga is also one of the committee members. Reach out to them. I'm happy you're here as well. As you can see, these are teamwork. We all want the best out of this circle. So there's quite a lot of people that are here to help you, to support you with any questions in this regard. In the UK, you can reach also to Amboin Jao as well. Germany, you can reach out to me, and in any areas that you think of. Well done. Think of anywhere how you can be part of us. We try to answer your question, but we insist, please read the Constitution. I know I'm the chair lady, and I know how important it is. Read the Constitution to understand how it works, and we will learn. We do a lot of trainings, and yes, together we are strong. And thank you so much, Carol, for being here with us today. It's such an honor, and I'm looking forward to the following days, and I hope to get more people on board here on the discussion, to give people, to encourage people on a different way, because it's not about AWE SACCO. There are so many other SACCOs there, and we'll be bringing the guests as well here to tell us about their SACCOs, so that you also have an idea, the whole idea of the SACCOs as well. So we will be looking forward to bringing you guests, encouraging you to empower us here, especially in Europe. We need to get supporting our continent and also ourselves, creating generation wealth for yourself and your families, as well as supporting entrepreneurs, businesses to develop the economy of the world. So thank you so much, and I'm very honored to have you here. And I'm going to leave now, and with all of you, with a clip, a little bit about a little bit of AWE. AWE has a lot of things at the moment, and if you're very new with us, once you join as a member, I say to be a member is to join www.Africa Women in Europe. That's the best way to get to know us and a few of our products. We have AWE app, and the AWE SACCO website is gonna be launched very soon. Within 1 week or so, we should be having it out. So join our website, www.Africa Women in Europe, and we are very grateful to show you so many other things that we do. We just don't do SACCO. We're having AWE Awards coming up soon on 8th. We acknowledge women doing great work outside there. That's another project that has been going on for long. We've written books as well. Check out these 13 women wrote a book, What We Do, and we are very happy to really be part of giving out, sharing our, leaving a legacy. That's how we call it, leaving a legacy on a book about our journeys here in Europe. Of course, we can see our women are always glamorous. We are always ready to move and very meeting all over Europe, empowering ourselves. And that was the last award that we had last year. COVID has come now. We've already locked down. So, but we are gonna redo this again. That was in Holland. That is The Hague. And that was our award, the last one, last year, but 2019. And this one was Berlin as well. A lot of women we meet quite regularly, very energetic women, ready to work together as a group, and that's why we are so happy to be part of this. We also have an AWE Academy where we share information, and right now as we speak, we have classes that are giving out by one of our own diaspora, agribusiness. If you want to go to agribusiness, you can check on that as well. This is a new project, and it's doing very well. As that's why we have to share our knowledge, our skills, and to support other people in the community, especially in Africa, in different way. We just finished Grow Your Business and how to start your business, how to pitch your business. All this just is going on in our Academy. You can have a look at that as well. And we have also started a new organization that which was a parallel to what we are doing right now. It's called Africa Women in Trade. And to be a member of African Women in Trade, now we are focusing on women who are in the continent now. This is the second part of the AWE SACCO. So AWE SACCO is just dealing with Kenya. But what about our other members? Now, this is where we come in. We have started African Women in Trade. We are helping them in export, import. And we have at the moment discount until end of the month if you want to be here, if you are interested, especially to start a business here in Europe to sell their products. We are working on that. Email us. We'll be happy to get you and inform you more how you can be part of that as well. As we speak right now, there is this grant going on. I'm supposed to be in this meeting, but we are here and they're doing a great work. Start a business if you're diaspora, if you are from Switzerland, Germany or Austria. They're giving out this loan. This training is going on as we speak right now, being led by Delphi and the team from DZ and the group TANG. So if you're a diaspora and you want to start a business back at home, this is the project I tell you. We have been receiving only NGOs getting money, but this time is for businesses to get free grants to support a business in Kenya, Cameroon, Ghana, Togo, and Ethiopia, and more countries are coming. So I'm looking for it, and I've already benefited one of it. One of my relatives has benefited. So it's a true project that is going on, brought by our own members who won AWE Award. Delphi is the one who brought this project to us. So we have a lot of things going on the platform, and I encourage you all to come in and be part of the big team as we build the SACCO. The SACCO is you can see there, this logo is a very beautiful. So I like it, these women, that's our logo. When you see this, just remember this is the Diaspora SACCO. It's gonna be our logo. There's a white one and a purple one. And I love the women. Yes, as you can see, the pot. We have to pound the pot and really do it together to make it faster and finer and for the good of the world. So this is something that we are really looking forward to even connect with you more and more. And that is our logo for the African Women in Trade that I told you that we are working with them very closely and in export, import, and also supporting them in ideas in the project. So thank you so much, and I wish you a good evening. And I'll leave you with a video of AWE app, which I didn't mention, but you're gonna see it right now and see what the AWE app you can download from Android or iOS. It's very easily available, and we are connecting there, and that's where we started to own our own data. We need to own our own information, and we're not putting it on Facebook and being controlled. When I put information there is no algorithm, nothing. You just get my message the way it is. So let's also encourage you to also download it on your phone, and let's be part of the new change. Yes, it's now, it's Africa, and it's our time as diaspora to be the leading in this area. So thank you, and I wish you a good evening for tonight, and see you again on Friday, same discussion. Invite your friends all over Europe, and I'm excited. And I'm Joy Zenz, a founder of African Women in Europe, and I wish you good night and God bless you all.
Thank you. Good night.